Hey everybody, and welcome to the next map that I'm going to play, which is Geonosis by Yankfan and Speck of Dust. Two map creators, and we're back on Geonosis, and as you can see, it is a very unconventional way of the map layout. Now normally, with most maps, including also Geonosis, you will usually have a clear front line. One side would, begin at the top, and the other at the bottom, or left or right. Here, you can very clearly see that that's not the case. All the command posts of both factions are just kind of intertwined, intermingled, and by doing that there's no clear front, but there is a lot of chaos and small skirmishes happening all throughout. You can immediately see the chaos that I was talking about as ATTE is being deployed there. Oh, we can already spawn in as one of the heroes. Here we go. We got Boss. Oh. And the same thing goes for all the props and vehicles, or even like static objects like turrets.
Reinforcements are being depleted. Lost control of a command post. The Republic is in control of a command post. Enemy reinforcements are decreasing. The enemy has taken a command post.
Can you just shut up for 1 second, narrator? Thank you. So you can also see that the props that I was talking about, there's a ton of them. Usually Geonosis maps are way more open, right? It goes for that open desert type of feeling. Maybe sort of like representing the Mars equivalent of Star Wars. But here, there's just stuff everywhere, and it really makes it feel alive. And in some way, it sounds weird, but it really reminds me of the old school Geonosis sections that we saw in games like Attack of the Clones, but then the on foot sections. So for example, where you take control of a Jedi. I mean, it is quite spectacular, and I have to say it feels very refreshing to see this take on Geonosis. It's probably the most different I've seen in a long time. And I do believe that this is a very old map. You can also see that there are some sections. It's quite big. Not too big, though. I forgot the name of the map that I did not too long ago, where it took Geonosis with the sandstorm, but that was way too big. And here you can actually see that even on foot, you can actually traverse it. You also have some tunnel warfare if you want, but you can see that this actually leads to one of our own spawn points. And it just all blends in very well together. It can be a little bit overwhelming at first because there's so much stuff going on, and you'll be like, okay, it feels kind of random, you know, all the areas. And I do actually wonder if throughout the battle with the AI, if a natural front will be created. We have seen that in some other maps as well. You can see also a lot of vehicles. I'm not entirely sure if the vehicles can be used to their full potential. As I said, there's a lot of objects there, so you cannot do a whole lot of speeding. There, you can already see I'm getting actually stuck there. So not entirely sure there. The ATTEs probably would work well. Hailfire droids, not too sure. Let's see what we got.
Our reinforcements are being depleted.
You got some trench warfare as well. Little bit empty here. But here you can kind of see what I was talking about, where spawn point 7, which is in the top right corner, it's kind of the only one left, and let's say we take that, then we basically control the upper half of the map, and the CIS has the lower half. And then a natural front is created where all of the battle will take place. So the chaotic feeling, and maybe the randomness, which some people might dislike, will only probably last for the first half of the battle. I guess it also feels a little bit like the Geonosis section in Republic Commando, doesn't it? Maybe that's also why Boss is the hero unit. It's been a while since I played that, though. I remember it feeling quite cool, kind of like D-Day. Now, of course, this Friday, I'm going to see the Rise of Skywalker. Already reserved a ticket. If I was in Holland right now, which, in case you were wondering, no, I'm back in Japan again. I left a little bit earlier than I was planning. But if I were still in Holland, I could have actually seen the movie today. For some reason in Europe, it actually comes out a little bit earlier than in some other places. Here in Japan, it comes out on Friday, which is the same, I think, as in America. And I will, of course, be doing a review, but also because Rise of Skywalker can already be seen in Europe, I will not be looking at the comments until I have seen Rise of Skywalker. If you've been following me on the Kanoa channel for a longer time, you know I do this almost always during Star Wars movies. Because people like to spoil. And I remember when The Force Awakens, I actually did not go there on the opening night. I went maybe 5 days later. And I said too, well, for the next coming 5 days, I will not be reading the comments, or I will be avoiding social media. And it's a good thing too, because, you know, you just had douchebags, people that were not necessarily subscribed, but looked at like Star Wars content, and just, you know, put spoilers in the comments. Which is also, for all you Star Wars fans out there, you watch Star Wars content on YouTube and you have not seen the movie yet, do not look at the comments, dear God. Feel free to comment. If you have something nice to say about Battlefront, or, you know, a map request, please let me know. But be careful with reading what other people say. Now there will still, of course, be Battlefront content. I think probably the next video will be my Rise of Skywalker review. But I'm doing actually 3 maps today, and I'll schedule them to be uploaded to the channel. And you can actually see that they have a little base. So yeah, so there's that. So we're heading towards the final part of the map. I actually really like it. In the beginning, it can feel a little bit random with all of the objects and turrets, you know, put everywhere. But it feels very nice. It feels very intimate yet chaotic. And it is a very welcome variety on the Geonosis that we all know and love. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you have any requests or recommendations on maps or mods you want to see in the channel, let me know, and I'll see you guys next time.